Stay back, I'm warning you. 5, 7. Who killed my daughter?
This doesn't stop.
Remember the good old days when games weren't just about high-res textures and microtransactions, but pure, unfiltered fun? Well, guess what? Some of those gems from 15 years ago are still absolute bangers today. Maybe it's the jaw-dropping storytelling, timeless gameplay, or just that nostalgic magic. These old-school legends refuse to fade away. From epic open worlds to spine-chilling horrors, we're diving into 15 classic games that still hold up like fine digital wine. So, grab your controllers, charge up those memories, and let's revisit these legends. Don't be a stranger. Like, subscribe, and join the fam for more awesome videos coming your way.
I left the gang after the gang left me. I tried to go straight. I did. Then I got me more trouble.
Red Dead Redemption. Step into the boots of John Marston, a former outlaw with a troubled past, as he embarks on a perilous journey across the fading American frontier of 1911. The government has taken his wife and son hostage to ensure his cooperation in hunting down the remnants of his old gang. Marston's quest for redemption leads him through a world teetering on the brink of modernization, where he confronts old allies and enemies alike. Red Dead Redemption offers an expansive open world that captures the essence of the Wild West. Players can traverse diverse landscapes, from arid deserts to bustling towns, either on horseback or on foot. The game's combat system introduces the Deadeye mechanic, allowing players to slow down time and mark multiple targets for rapid-fire shooting, a feature that makes every gunfight feel cinematic. Beyond the main storyline, the game is rich with side activities such as hunting, gambling, and bounty hunting, ensuring that there's always something to do in this vibrant world. The morality system tracks players' actions, influencing how non-playable characters react to Marston, adding depth to the narrative and gameplay experience.
Every past has its ghosts. Every end must first begin.
God of War, Ghost of Sparta. Ever wondered what happens when a god is haunted by his past? In God of War, Ghost of Sparta, our favorite Spartan warrior, Kratos, now the newly crowned God of War, is tormented by visions of his mortal life. Determined to uncover the truth, he embarks on a perilous journey to Atlantis, where he encounters his long-lost mother, Callisto. She reveals that his brother, Deimos, is still alive but imprisoned in the domain of death. Fueled by a mix of guilt and determination, Kratos sets out to rescue Deimos, leading to an epic showdown with Thanatos, the god of death. If you thought Kratos couldn't get any more badass, think again. Ghost of Sparta amps up the action with more enemies on screen and jaw-dropping boss battles that make you feel like you're in the middle of a Greek myth. The combat system is as fluid as ever, with Kratos wielding his iconic Blades of Athena to unleash devastating combos. But wait, there's more. He also gets his hands on the Arms of Sparta, a spear and shield combo that adds a fresh tactical layer to the carnage. And let's not forget Thera's Bane, a fiery ability that sets both enemies and the battlefield ablaze, making you feel like a true god of war. God of War. Ghost of Sparta isn't just a game. It's a roller coaster ride through ancient Greece that keeps your thumbs busy and your heart racing. Even 15 years after its release, it stands tall as a testament to epic storytelling and adrenaline-pumping gameplay.
Commander.
So that's our new number 6.
Cat, you read his file?
Only the parts that weren't covered in black ink.
Halo Reach. Alright, Spartans, gear up. Halo Reach catapults us back to the year 2552, right before the events of the original Halo combat evolved. You step into the combat boots of Noble 6, the newest member of Noble Team, a squad of elite Spartans. Your mission? Defend the human colony of Reach from the relentless Covenant forces. As the planet falls under siege, you'll experience the camaraderie, sacrifice, and heroism of your fellow Spartans in a narrative that's as gripping as it is heart-wrenching. Lock and load, because Halo Reach delivers a first-person shooter experience that's both nostalgic and refreshing. The game reintroduces health packs, adding a strategic layer to firefights. But that's not all. Say hello to armor abilities like sprinting, jetpacks, and active camouflage, allowing for dynamic combat scenarios. Whether you're engaging in large-scale battles against Covenant forces or piloting spacecraft in exhilarating dogfights, the gameplay keeps you on the edge of your seat. The multiplayer component is robust, featuring modes like Firefight, where you and your buddies can team up against waves of enemies, and Forge, a level editor that lets your creativity run wild. Even after 15 years, Halo Reach stands tall as a testament to Bungie's craftsmanship that continues to resonate with both veterans and newcomers to the series.
Already starting to arrive. This is KBF-FM, and now some music.
Wow, it's gorgeous, Alan. Her own private island.
Alice?
Alan Wake. Imagine being a best-selling author battling a severe case of writer's block. That's Alan Wake's life in a nutshell. To reignite his creative spark, Alan and his wife Alice head to the quaint town of Bright Falls, Washington. But things take a dark turn when Alice mysteriously vanishes. Alan's search for her plunges him into a nightmarish reality where the events from a novel he doesn't remember writing start coming to life. As he unravels the mystery, Alan confronts shadowy figures and a malevolent force known as the Dark Presence, all while questioning his own sanity. Alan Wake masterfully blends psychological thriller elements with action-adventure gameplay. Players navigate through the eerie landscapes of Bright Falls, primarily during the treacherous nighttime. The game introduces the Taken, enemies shrouded in darkness that renders them invulnerable to conventional attacks. To combat them, players must first use light sources, like flashlights, to dissipate the darkness before finishing them off with firearms. This light versus darkness mechanic adds a strategic layer to encounters, making every flashlight, battery, and flare a precious commodity. Scattered manuscript pages foreshadow upcoming events, keeping players on edge and deeply immersed in the unfolding narrative. Even after a decade and a half, Alan Wake continues to captivate both new players and returning fans, solidifying its status as a timeless classic. Mass Effect 2. In Mass Effect 2, you're resurrected by the shadowy Cerberus organization after a fatal attack by the enigmatic Collectors. These insectoid aliens are abducting entire human colonies, and it's up to you to assemble a crack team of specialists to thwart their sinister plans. From the morally ambiguous assassin Thane Krios to the biotic powerhouse Jack, your squad is as diverse as the galaxy itself. Each member brings their own backstory and motivations, making your mission a rich tapestry of personal tales intertwined with the overarching battle against the looming Reaper threat. Mass Effect 2 refines the original's mechanics, delivering a seamless blend of third-person shooting and role-playing elements. Combat is more fluid, with an improved cover system and a variety of weapons that cater to different playstyles. The introduction of limited ammunition encourages players to think tactically about their loadouts. The dialogue system shines, offering choices that can sway your squad's loyalty and influence the story's direction. Planet scanning becomes a mini-game, essential for gathering resources to upgrade your ship and gear. Every decision, from conversation nuances to mission strategies, impacts the narrative, leading to multiple possible endings. Even a decade and a half later, Mass Effect 2 stands as a pinnacle of interactive storytelling and character development. Fallout New Vegas. Strap on your Pip-Boy, because Fallout New Vegas drops you into the sun-scorched Mojave wasteland of 2281. You play as the Courier, a rugged individual left for dead after a shady ambush over a mysterious platinum chip. Surviving a bullet to the head, talk about a splitting headache. You're on a mission to reclaim the chip and dish out some Mojave-style justice. But it's not just about personal vendettas. The region is a powder keg with factions like the New California Republic, NCR, Caesar's Legion, and the enigmatic Mr. House, all vying for control of the Hoover Dam and the glitzy New Vegas Strip. Your choices will tip the scales in this high-stakes game of power. New Vegas takes the open-world RPG formula and deals in some wild cards. You're free to roam a vast desert landscape teeming with mutated creatures, quirky characters, and hidden vaults. The game reintroduces a reputation system, meaning your actions influence how different factions and settlements perceive you. Be a hero, a villain, or something in between. Combat offers flexibility. Go guns blazing in real time or use the Vault Tech Assisted Targeting System, VATS, to pause the action and target specific enemy limbs for that tactical takedown. Feeling hardcore? Switch to hardcore mode, where you'll need to manage thirst, hunger, and sleep. Because who said surviving the apocalypse was easy? Weapon customization is robust, allowing you to mod firearms for extra punch or accuracy. And let's not forget the side activities. Fancy a game of Caravan or some blackjack at the casinos? The Mojave is your oyster. Even 15 years after its release, Fallout New Vegas is a timeless classic in the RPG genre. Call of Duty Black Ops. This game thrust you into the shadowy world of covert operations during the 1960s Cold War era. You step into the combat boots of CIA operative Alex Mason, who's strapped to a chair, being interrogated about a mysterious numbers station. As electric shocks jolt your memory, you flash back to intense missions across Cuba, Vietnam, and the Soviet Union. From attempting to assassinate Fidel Castro to escaping a Siberian labor camp with the enigmatic Viktor Reznov, the narrative is a wild ride of twists, betrayals, and explosive action. The story masterfully weaves historical figures like John F. Kennedy and Robert McNamara into its thrilling plot, keeping you on the edge of your seat. Lock and load, because Black Ops delivers adrenaline-pumping first-person shooter action with a plethora of weapons and gadgets at your disposal. The campaign offers diverse missions, from high-octane firefights to stealthy infiltrations. One standout feature is the Zombies mode, where you and up to 3 buddies can team up to fend off endless waves of the undead in various eerie locales. 15 years later, Call of Duty Black Ops remains a standout title in the franchise, celebrated for its gripping narrative, memorable characters, and innovative gameplay features that continue to influence the series today. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Set in 1974, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker drops players into the boots of Big Boss, also known as Snake, as he leads his mercenary group, Militaires Sans Frontières, MSF, in the heart of Costa Rica. The nation, devoid of a military, faces an incursion by a mysterious armed force known as the Peace Sentinels. These intruders bring with them advanced weaponry, including a nuclear-equipped bipedal tank named Peace Walker. As Snake delves deeper into this tropical turmoil, he confronts remnants of his past, including AI systems modeled after his former mentor, the Boss. Peace Walker refines the classic stealth action formula with a blend of solo and cooperative missions. Players can tackle missions alone or team up with others in the co-ops mode, introducing collaborative tactics like synchronized sneaking and shared equipment. The game emphasizes strategic non-lethal takedowns, allowing players to recruit subdued enemies to MSF via the Fulton recovery system, a quirky balloon extraction method. Managing the Mother Base, MSF's offshore headquarters, adds a layer of strategy. Players assign recruits to various departments, develop new weapons, and dispatch teams on external missions. Even after all these years, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker remains a standout title. Its successful fusion of base management, cooperative play, and classic stealth elements ensures its legacy as a must-play experience for fans and newcomers alike. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Picking up right where Assassin's Creed 2 left off, Brotherhood throws you back into the stylish boots of Ezio Auditore da Firenze. After a brief respite at his Uncle Mario's villa in Monteriggioni, things go south faster than you can say, Mamma Mia. The dastardly Cesare Borgia storms the villa, offs Uncle Mario, and nabs the coveted apple of Eden. Ezio, wounded but not defeated, hightails it to Rome, the Borgia's playground. There, he rallies the locals, rebuilds the Assassin Brotherhood, and plots to give the Borgia clan a taste of their own medicine. It's a tale of revenge, redemption, and really sharp hidden blades. Rome wasn't built in a day, but Ezio's sure going to try. Brotherhood expands the series' signature free-running and stealth mechanics, letting you leap across the Eternal City's rooftops with feline grace. But wait, there's more! You can now recruit citizens to join your merry band of assassins, train them, send them on missions across Europe, or call them in for a surprise attack. Think of it as Uber, but with more stabbing. The combat system encourages a more aggressive approach, rewarding you for chaining kills in a ballet of death. And for the first time, the series introduced multiplayer modes, where you could test your stealth skills against other players in various cat-and-mouse games. Whether you're renovating Rome's landmarks or taking down Borgia towers, There's no shortage of things to do in this Renaissance sandbox.
All over now. I won't hurt ya!
BioShock 2. Strap on your diving helmet and rev up that drill. It's time to plunge back into the dystopian underwater city of Rapture. Set 8 years after the original game, BioShock 2 flips the script by putting you in the heavy boots of Subject Delta, one of the first Big Daddies. Your mission? Find your little sister Eleanor, who's been kidnapped by the zealous Sophia Lamb. Lamb's got some twisted plans to mold Eleanor into a messianic figure for her collectivist cult. As you navigate the leaking corridors and Art Deco ruins, you'll uncover audio diaries that peel back layers of Rapture's haunting past and Lamb's radical ideology. Wielding that iconic drill isn't just for show. BioShock 2 amps up the action with a dual-wielding system, letting you mix and match firearms and plasmids for electrifying combat combos. Fancy frying a splicer with a bolt of electricity while unloading rivets? Go for it. The hacking mechanic's been streamlined into a real-time needle-drop minigame, keeping the pace brisk. And let's talk about those little sisters. Adopt them to gather precious atom from corpses, but be ready to fend off relentless waves of enemies during the process. Once they've served their purpose, the moral choice to save or harvest them adds weight to your decisions. Its unique perspective, allowing players to embody a Big Daddy, combined with refined gameplay mechanics, ensures that this sequel stands tall in the annals of gaming history.
And you restore the balance.
The Destroyer knows of your coming. Even now, he moves his legions against you.
Darksiders. Ever wondered what happens when the apocalypse kicks off ahead of schedule? In Darksiders, you don the armor of war, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, who finds himself accused of triggering the end times prematurely. Stripped of his powers by the Charred Council, a mystical body maintaining balance among realms, War is sent back to a desolate Earth. His mission? To hunt down those responsible for the chaos and clear his tarnished name. Along the way, he battles both angelic and demonic forces, uncovering a conspiracy that threatens the very fabric of existence. Darksiders serves up a hearty blend of hack-and-slash combat, puzzle solving, and exploration that keeps you glued to the controller. Wielding his massive sword, Chaos Eater, War can unleash a variety of brutal combos to decimate foes. As you progress, you'll acquire new weapons and abilities, like the boomerang-like crossblade and the Earthcaller horn, each unlocking previously inaccessible areas and adding depth to combat strategies. The game draws inspiration from classics like The Legend of Zelda and God of War, offering dungeon-like environments filled with intricate puzzles and formidable bosses. Traversal is equally engaging. War can scale walls, glide using shadowy wings, and summon his fiery steed, Ruin, to gallop across the war-torn landscapes. 15 years on, Darksiders remains a must-play title. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Imagine waking up in a desolate castle with no memory of who you are or how you got there. That's the grim reality for Daniel, the protagonist of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Set in 1839, Daniel finds himself in the eerie halls of Brennenburg Castle, armed only with a note from his former self. The message is clear: descend into the castle's depths and eliminate the enigmatic Baron Alexander. As Daniel ventures further, he uncovers disturbing truths about his past, the castle's dark secrets, and a sinister force known as the Shadow that relentlessly pursues him. The narrative masterfully weaves themes of memory, guilt, and survival, keeping players on edge as they piece together the haunting story. The Dark Descent redefines the survival horror genre by emphasizing vulnerability and psychological terror. Played from a first-person perspective, players must navigate the treacherous corridors of Brennenburg Castle, solving intricate puzzles and evading grotesque creatures. Combat is not an option. Instead, survival hinges on stealth, quick thinking, and managing Daniel's sanity. Exposure to darkness and witnessing unsettling events deteriorate his mental state, leading to hallucinations and impaired movement. To maintain sanity, players must seek out light sources, using limited tinderboxes to ignite candles or relying on an oil-fueled lantern. The game's physics-based interactions add a layer of immersion, allowing players to manipulate objects to block doors or create distractions. This combination of environmental storytelling, resource management, and relentless tension crafts an unforgettable horror experience that lingers long after the game is over. Its influence is evident in numerous titles that have since sought to capture its storytelling and fear.
So watch your back. I can't stop him. No one can.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction. Sam Fisher is back, but this time, he's off the grid and on a personal vendetta. Haunted by the death of his daughter Sarah in a hit-and-run accident, Sam discovers that her death was no accident. Determined to uncover the truth, he becomes a rogue agent, delving into a conspiracy that leads him back to the corrupt corridors of the Third Echelon, the very agency he once served. With the help of his former colleague, Anna Grimsdottir, Sam unravels a plot that threatens national security, all while battling his own demons. Conviction shakes up the traditional stealth formula with a more aggressive and fluid approach. The Mark and Execute feature allows players to tag multiple enemies and take them down in swift succession, emphasizing quick decision-making. The last known position mechanic adds a strategic layer, projecting a silhouette of Sam's last spotted location, enabling players to outmaneuver foes. Even after all these years, Splinter Cell Conviction remains a standout title in the stealth action genre.
My name is Carl Bishop Whalen, and this is my facility.
Aliens vs. Predator. Ever fancied stepping into the shoes, or claws, of some of sci-fi's most iconic characters? Aliens vs. Predator lets you do just that, offering 3 intertwining campaigns that let you experience the story from the perspectives of a colonial marine, a predator, and a xenomorph. On the planet BG-386, the Weyland-Yutani Corporation uncovers an ancient pyramid, triggering a series of events that lead to all-out chaos. As the Marine, you're the underdog, battling for survival against overwhelming odds. Playing as the Predator, you embrace the hunt, utilizing advanced technology to stalk both humans and aliens. And as the Xenomorph, you become the ultimate nightmare, relying on agility and sheer ferocity to spread terror. Each species offers a distinct gameplay experience. Marines rely on firepower and motion trackers, creating a tense survival horror atmosphere. Predators utilize cloaking devices, thermal vision, and a variety of exotic weapons, emphasizing stealth and tactical combat. Xenomorphs, with their ability to traverse any surface and detect pheromones, provide a fast-paced, melee-centric playstyle. After all these years, this classic rivalry just never goes out of style. Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Our favorite acrobatic royal, the Prince, is back, and this time he's visiting his brother Malik's kingdom to pick up some leadership tips. But instead of a cozy family reunion, he walks into a full-blown siege. Malik, in a classic case of "I've got a bad feeling about this," decides to unleash Solomon's army, a horde of sand creatures, to fend off invaders. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go as planned. The kingdom's inhabitants turn into sand statues, and the brothers each hold half of a magical seal that protects them from the curse. Separated amidst the chaos, the prince teams up with Razia, a mystical djinn, who reveals that the only way to stop the sandy apocalypse is to reunite the seal halves. Cue a journey filled with sibling tension, supernatural revelations, and, of course, gravity-defying parkour. The Forgotten Sands sticks to the series' roots with fluid platforming and combat, but spices things up with elemental powers. The prince can now solidify water, turning spouts into climbable columns and waterfalls into walls. Talk about walking on water. He also gains abilities like the Memory of Earth, which lets him reconstruct ruined sections of the environment temporarily. Combat involves facing hordes of enemies, encouraging a more dynamic fighting style. Defeating foes and smashing objects yield experience orbs, which players can use to upgrade health, magic, and unlock new abilities. The game's balance of combat, exploration, and narrative continues to resonate, making it a memorable chapter in the Prince's saga. And there you have it, 15 old-school games that still slap even after 15 years. So when you're revisiting these classics or playing them for the first time, one thing's for sure, great games never truly age. From cinematic storytelling to groundbreaking mechanics, these titles continue to inspire and entertain. But hey, we know there are tons of other old-school legends out there. So what's your favorite blast from the past? Drop a comment below and let's keep the nostalgia train rolling. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more gaming greatness.
Are you here to play Executioner?